Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Quarbit, and I'll be your host today for Europa Universalis 4. Welcome back to our Luck of the Irish achievement run here. This might actually end up being our last episode, unfortunately. Well, fortunately so I can move on to another one, but also unfortunately that we have to see it go. Because today will be the last war with England and the last conquest in the British Isles to get ourselves the Luck of the Irish achievement. Hopefully you've kind of enjoyed how the series has gone so far, and if you yourself would like to play the rest of the series, or of course you have been following along and you'd like to ask me about, what I would do if I were to keep playing this game, so if you want some tips or anything, the Discord obviously has a link in the description if you'd like to join. I will also be putting the link to this game, not the link, but like the actual file itself will be also in a specific Discord chat in my own Discord group. Now, we actually got ourselves a really good heir, which I didn't talk about for a few seconds there, but a little bit better than our 111, I should say. It looks like luck is finally on our side. Our High Queen is rather quite nice and should last a pretty long time. Hopefully she lives a pretty long and fulfilling rule here, hopefully, with your well-connected advisor costs and your 544. Looking pretty nice to me, at least. That means my my level 3 advisor here costs me $230 a month, which is rather fantastic. Now, when it comes to the conquest side of things, we just have to wait a little while, I should say. We don't have to wait too long, we just have a couple of cores to get through here, and after that we should be pretty much fine. It looks like I can get even more national unrest, and at this point I might as well just keep stacking it, because it's so powerful. It's kind of nice, really. Disloyal printers. I wonder where I got that from. I think that was some random... something random out in the middle of nowhere. Oh, that actually expires next month. No, sorry, not next month. Why did I think June happened after April? That was weird. Anyways, that's gone now. I have some free manpower, cool. Which means we have a national unrest of, give it a second. There it is, minus 11.93, basically minus 12. Now that is some ridiculous national unrest decrease. Some of the best I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Pretty incredible, actually. Unfortunately, this area still has a ridiculous amount of separatism, so even with our amazing national unrest, we cannot save this area right here. I really wish I could increase the autonomy here, but we'll have to wait quite a while before we can do that. Hopefully nothing bad happens is all I can really say about it, so that's my whole hot take on that. Now, as for the other areas, I think we're okay to leave them, honestly. Like, I think it should be okay if we just take a quick jaunt and just leave this area behind. There's not really that much unrest. There's a little bit here and there, and if I really need to, I could pop this up a little bit. Generally speaking, though, I think we should be fine. We should be fine to leave and go towards our final conquest of England. Which shouldn't take too long, but I'll hopefully make this episode last an entire episode's length worth, so you don't feel scammed here. I'm wondering, is that going to use... I know what I should do. Let me stop this real quick. Let me get all the transports together first. Because I know we're going to have quite a few, so you can go back into there. I know we're making a few boats here, so I'll just wait a few seconds until they're all done. One more, but that is definitely not a transport. So, you can stay behind, but I'll grab all of you and put you into here. There we go. All of you guys can go and protect trade in... I don't know, I still think the English Channel would be better, to be honest. The game doesn't really know what it's talking about all that often, so... we'll just let that hopefully work out there. Send these guys down here. We don't have a leader, but I will use these guys. That'll probably be fine. Except, no, sorry, I wanted to move them over here so that you can move faster, but I mean, at this point, you're already halfway there. Don't know how important that is, but... nah, well. Just make it a little easier to move by. Might as well also get rid of that. Should improve that. And should I make Benin into a world port? I think that would do great for my ability to grab all this trade here. I think I should, actually. I think Benin would make a fantastic world port. There we go, 44. That does give me my extra merchant because you indeed own 54%, which is fantastic. So I'm going to use you and send it all over to the English Channel. Caribbean, automatically transferred to the English Channel. Beautiful. As for my Diplo power, I can invest a little bit more mercantilism with it. And hopefully get even more money, which would be great. These guys can group up with 30 ships ready to carry some men over. We'll send them all home at once. Over to here. Now we have a full front row, but I was thinking about getting a back row because we have a lot of money and we have a lot of men and a lot of force limit, honestly. So we can probably just make an extremely effective fighting force by stacking ourselves up with a full front row and hopefully a really solid back row. Maybe not a full back row, but rather close, I think. Decent back row, at least. That's what I'm hoping for. So that if we have to fight any one army, we'll have a strong 50k stack to basically death stack and hopefully wipe anyone out. If it comes to that. I was thinking if we ever fought Spain for some colonies, we'd come in here and maybe take some part of this, but of course that would be up to you at that point. Absolutely up to you. Yeah, we don't need more infantry. We're just gonna have one effective army to have. Okay, there are all the boys. They're a little bit expensive, but we still make quite a bit of cash off of that. Yes, get rid of the auto rebel suppression. Oh, looks like the English are expecting me. Interesting. Can't possibly imagine why they would be. That's a lot of money for a bit of professionalism from Friesland. I don't think so. Here's our beautiful, wonderful 50k with 21 cannons in the back row. Complete overkill, by the way, for any fort whatsoever. But at least we'll look nice and scary with the full front row and pretty solid back row. I think that'll scare off most people in the world. When it comes to artillery, we frighten a good portion of the world. Russia, well, Russia's not known for their artillery in this game. They tend to raise a lot of Streltsys, I think? One of those. I think those are called Streltsys. But those are all just infantry, and they like to raise a lot of them, so they don't build much else, honestly. But anyways, that's just AI shenanigans. Instead, we'll focus on what we have to do today, which is a quick conquest to the rest of Europe. Not Europe, of Britain here. This should be the fastest war I've ever seen in my life. Age of Reformation. Ooh, the Netherlands formed in 1579. That is a strong Netherlands. Do I want to be friends with the Dutch? The Netherlands owning this trade is not really my favorite thing to do. But then I'd have to fight alongside them, wouldn't I? Because this is a defensive war. Oh no, it's an offensive war, which means I wouldn't necessarily get called in. But because I'm rivaled, they might think it's a good idea to call me in anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really down to support the Netherlands right there. Not right now. Maybe in the future. I might royal marriage actually, if I had enough slots. Münster, I don't need your military access. But I will definitely royal marry the Dutch. Dutch claims. You know what? That's fair enough. But does that really count? Okay, it's low countries. I guess that kind of counts. So they have a claim on that too. Is it all Dutch culture and Lowlands / Frisia area? I think that would be it. How much do they get claims on? I'm curious. I imagine it's everything in the Lowlands plus Frisia. So the Netherlands, obviously. Holland, obviously. Flanders, probably. If you're talking about the, United Kingdom of the Netherlands, that one, then yes, I believe Flanders would be part of that whole deal. Apparently Wallonia as well. Or Wallonia, it's one of those two. Flanders, Wallonia, Netherlands, Holland, Frisia, and anything on the North Rhine? I wouldn't assume so. Interesting. It's been a while since I've played the Netherlands. I did do a campaign once as the Netherlands. Well, obviously a Let's Play campaign. They're quite a lot of fun. They're fun to colonize as, especially to just invade Britain and have a lot of fun with, but... yeah, also, we don't really need much else other than just the cannons on here, honestly. I just took off all the cannons like an absolute buffoon. Yes, Quarbit, that's how you play this game. Yeah, no, I don't need anything other than the cannons. Because they will get less attrition. Also, it's done anyway, so... Boop, boop. Boop. And you have some colonies. Nothing else other than that, so we'll just, we'll wait out this battle. And that's 100%? No, not quite. I don't own this, but... you might have one cavalry in here, which is kind of uncomfortable, but, I'll go deal with that if it's an actual problem. Okay, that's all their stuff. Full annexation. Boop. And... if I, play one day... there's a decent chance. Also, I can do this, which is quite nice. I don't know if I want this right now. I would probably use it if I were you guys, when I needed to do some sort of a naval combat. Something massive, like if you were fighting the Ottomans in naval combat, that's probably when I would engage this for the morale, the heavy ship combat ability, and I guess making more ships is nice and all that, but lots of ship bonuses, which usually Ireland does not have many of, or like, you know, any of, so, you know, maybe just use it every now and then. But I'm pretty sure that would be, I probably have to core the whole thing, don't I? That would kind of make sense. Probably do have to core the whole thing before the achievement would kick in, but yeah, I mean, so far so good. Let me also... stability or trade? Trade, I suppose. These ships can, I guess, just chill around. Not much for them to do. You guys can suppress there. I'm pretty sure I got all of Britain. You don't count as Britain, right? No, I don't think so. So, in theory, this is fine. Yeah, I'm sure this counts. I'm just waiting for the pop-up on the bottom right. It would be an absolute tragedy if, like, I completely forgot to put myself in online mode, but it's automatically on online, so no reason that should be a thing. Pretty sure I've grabbed all of it, though. I'm just gonna go ahead and core it all. It might be own all of Great Britain as cores. That might be the one, so I'll wait until that happens. After which, I will definitely investigate if it's still not working, so... I guess we can go to stability and trade. Friesland joins the... Republic, question mark. Republic? What happened to the Republic? It's dead. It's very dead. I thought they would be strong. But I guess they just got crushed by... well, I guess it's the entire Austrian alliance, so I guess they would kind of get crushed. That's kind of reasonable. That makes sense. Yeah, that entirely makes sense, by the way. That's fine. Don't know why I really rooted for them in the first place. But whatever. I'll grab that. Grab these. Could grab this, but not right now. And I'll wait out the rest of the techs. Because why not? Lose some prestige, so that's no fun at all. I will also decrease the maintenance. I don't think I need much of it. And my, you know, minus 13 national unrest is doing pretty well, so I think we're fine. I did just build the ship force limit, so I'm going to take this for the Diplotech cost. I can also do some interesting things here. I would much rather just pay off the clergy. There we go. No harm done, pretty much. And we get lots of money. Like, lots and lots of money. 34 a month? Pretty solid, I should say. Move you guys over there. Less attrition. Beautiful stuff. Very, very nice. I think I can also drop all the forts for even more money. 300 population, very nice. I can spend some of said money on yearly prestige, which I might as well use. We don't have much of, so I might as well boost that up a little bit. Well, okay. What else should we really do for today's episode? Not really sure how much time we have remaining. Looks like, somewhere in the ballpark of around 8.5 minutes. So, that should totally be fine to figure something out with. Well, I should probably make fun of someone. Let me go tell the Danes that their country is stinky. And, oh right, I don't have the prestige for that, but I will do this. That works just the same. That works fine. Another conversion. We have this big boy of a conversion to go and do. Which we could do, actually. Since we have the money, I might as well go and do that. We would have had to do it eventually anyway, so might as well. Not much of a colonial empire we have, but I do enjoy pretty decent amount of money coming from here now. Yeah, 5 ducats a month. That's pretty solid, actually. 5 ducats being steered towards the English Channel. And I do myself own around 56% of the trade in there, which is pretty nice. Looks like the Republic of the Netherlands is just doing their own thing. I don't think East Frisia can join. I don't think they count because their culture is Westphalian, not really Dutch. So I don't think it counts. And I mean, they can be upset over this, but I don't care. What about Cleves? Also, I mean, this joined probably because Flemish, which, you know, I guess counts in this whole union of the Netherlands here. I wonder if Cleves would join then. If they weren't at war, I'm sure they actually wouldn't because they're Rhenish. Never mind. Oh, there it is. Got the cores, and there is the Luck of the Irish in the bottom right there. Feels very nice. Very nice to see. Okay, well that would mark pretty much the end of today's episode if we wouldn't have, if we didn't have a few extra minutes here and there. So, as this happens to be the last episode, let's try and figure out something that would be, I don't know, interesting to watch or interesting to leave a note off on. Or, that's not a real English sentence, but I said it anyway. I don't know what I was thinking, but I might want to go and grab either Cameroon or Gabon. Or actually somewhere over here would be nice. Ooh, this would be really nice, actually. This is advantageous as hell. Ooh. Because it appears there's a couple of broken nations in here. And we could have the advantage of grabbing all this coast here. So how about I do some good old early imperialism and just keep colonizing things, despite the fact this next colony will cost me, I believe, 8 ducats a month. But that's okay. One of them's at 860, so I'm not too concerned about that. I will also use... I don't really want to do either of these things, actually. This is too expensive, and this is too much manpower to be worth it. Neither of these things are good, but I guess I'll take the money, since I make a pretty sizable amount. Okay, so hopefully the Netherlands survive a pretty decent... Oh yeah, the Dutch separatists, I forgot. There are a billion Dutch separatists all over the place. Every single time you try to maintain control over some Dutch land, the separatists are all over the place. Completely forgot about that, yeah. Like, hundreds of thousands of them just rise up all over the place, so that's fun. Right, any other supermassive place to go and convert? I would say yes, Zazao. However, that's a little expensive. I will convert here, and I might grab one of these things at the beginning of January. So we'll grab the techs. There we go. Improve my infantry, the charge infantry, and I think I can grab, yeah, at least a humanist idea. Okay, that's solid. Tolerance of heretics increase, and then I guess years of separatism goes down with some good old discipline and some extra legitimacy would be the next step in that direction. All very exciting stuff. Okay, well, seeing as our approximate time left is not too incredible to look at, about 4 minutes, how about... I was thinking we might just go to war with Spain, but that seems like But too much decision making there. What is up with Austria? Münster, Trier, Hesse, Oldenburg. And what's going on here? Proving the French opinion. How likely are the French to ally the Dutch? I want to say not too likely. But it does seem likely that the Dutch separatists will do at least some good around here. Because there will be, like, a repeated amount of or, you know, a lot of repetition on the Dutch separatists. They seem to, you know, exist a lot more than every other rebel in the entire game. So I'm wondering if the Netherlands would still exist, or maybe if I should just go ahead and conquer them. They are still part of the Empire, though, so maybe I won't. Not yet, at least. And we'll chill. We'll chill with the Dutch. They can be cool with me. As for everything else, I guess we would just continue our imperialist conquests along the coast here. Now that we have access to spy networks in Soyo and Luango, we can grab quite a little bit of land here. And if we decided to keep exploring, which we didn't really, but we still managed to see all these things, I could maybe even charter a bit of a company off of Kilwa here. Who knows? We could do a lot of good stuff here. The charter company would be kind of expensive. I mean, if I asked for this, it would cost a pretty decent chunk, yeah. Oof, yeah, it's expensive. How about this one? Anything less expensive? Here, maybe? No, everything's pretty much that expensive. Okay. The alternative is colonizing next to them and taking it myself, so I do see some good alternatives here and there. With our extra diplo, we can pump out a little bit more mercantilism. Mercantilism's so nice to have, especially when you have contested trade areas like the Ivory Coast and the English Channel. It's literally just free trade, although it does cost diplo, so there's a bit of a trade-off in there, but let's keep doing what we do. Taxation's not fantastic, neither is production. I will take this, though. Many factories are fantastic. In fact, many factories are going to come up in 1650, so building a few of those might be a good idea. And global trade will definitely not spawn in our country, which doesn't really matter, to be honest. If it does or if it doesn't. Well, I mean, it won't, so let's start with that. And when it doesn't, you're still going to have, like, provinces in Europe with massive amounts of trade power. Especially London with 119. And, I mean, the capital's not so bad itself with 25. You know, it beats out a few provinces here and there. It's just about as good as Gloucester. So, good areas with lots of trade. Basically, global trade should not be a problem for you guys if you decide to continue this campaign. Also, money doesn't matter as much. However, going to debt is not really my style, so I'm going to wait a few months. Oh, I waited a few months and it decided to wait with me. Interesting. Did Denmark slander my merchants? Oh, those scandalous little devils. Spain and Russia. Someone looks like they want some protection, huh? Interesting, Denmark. Very, very interesting. If anything, we'd fight Spain for a giant proxy war over here, but unfortunately, it appears we're out of time for this series. So, that kind of concludes the 20-episode quick play of our Ireland Luck of the Irish achievement run here. Hopefully you did enjoy. It was, well, it was a little more relaxing of a run, in my opinion. Especially compared to what I have planned up next, so, this is one of my last opportunities to relax and play a nice old colonization and chillax Ireland game. Well, at least the beginning of one. For now, though, this is Quarbit signing off. Hoping you had a fun time here, and as always, have a fantastic day. I'd like to give a quick thank you to the following March patrons. In the $1 tier, we have Quiet Guy, Quagersol, Rising Runner, and DLNM. In the $5 tier, we have Odie, and in the $20 tier, we have Chewy Shoot. Thank you guys so much for helping out the channel. It means a lot to me, and as always, I can't possibly thank you enough.